You know, sometimes you just got to get out of the barn. And that's what I did today on the Explorer. So this isn't coming out anywhere near what I wanted to actually produce for this episode. And the best vista, the closest place I could find, I've been riding over 100 miles back and forth along the Great Salt Lake, and here I am in a last-ditch effort to go through and actually peel off an episode. But here we are. Wanted to talk to you about this Triumph Tiger Explorer 1200 XC. The other Tiger that's in the barn here that we're prepping out for the Pacific Northwest Tour. And just a few things. I'm going to put up a graphic here that'll have the numbers like I did on the 800 XC. But some things to keep in mind here, and that is I got a smaller front wheel. It's a 19-inch versus 21 inches on the 800 XC, 17-inch on the rear. So it's still a little bit larger and enables a little bit more off-road encouragement there, but nothing real radical. Can't really do anything a whole lot that's technical with this motorcycle, and that's okay. I'm not a technical rider. I'm not going to go through and do any rock crawling or anything along that line with this machine. The fuel capacity on this is a little larger. It's a 5.5 gallon tank, which at about the same gas mileage is going to get me just a little bit farther than the 800 XC. But since that's how we're riding, that's the bike that will be determining how far we go in between fill-ups. I bought this particular Tiger sight unseen. I bought it from a dealership down in Sanford, Florida, Sky Power Sports. I was looking all over the place for something that would match the same kind of livery that the 800 has as far as the matte green paint is concerned. I wanted an XC that has the spoked wheels on this as opposed to the cast aluminum wheels that were on the non-XC model, mainly because it's a better rim to go off-road with, and I'm a purist, I like a spoked wheel. What's special about these spoked rims, though, is that they will allow a tubeless tire to be mounted on there, and it does that by tying the spokes actually into a raised lip that goes around the inside of the rim on both the front and the rear wheels there. And so no spoke head actually goes into the rim itself, making it possible to go through and keep the rim entirely sealed. The guys at Sky Power Sports in Sanford, Florida did really well to work with me. They gave me kind of a virtual tour of the motorcycle and kind of a virtual ride as well. I was able to listen to it all online. And when I decided to purchase it, I had it shipped from Florida to my home here in Bountiful in North Salt Lake. And all told, by the time everything was said and done, I still came in spending less money for it than I would for a less comparable bike here in the state of Utah. So I feel pretty good about that purchase and how everything went with that. I don't know if I'd ever recommend that. You probably want to make sure that everything is what it is. The only thing that wasn't what it seemed to be were the driving lights on this. They have since been replaced by, I guess, the previous owner with something a little less bright, just kind of a cheap Chinese knockoff lamp on both sides that I'll be replacing back, hopefully, with the original Triumph equipment. But other than that, I like that. It's a great bike. I sure enjoyed my ride today. Like the 800 XC, I've fitted this motorcycle with the Chevy Trekker Outback panniers. These are 47 liters, a little bit larger to hold a little bit more gear with that. Because of the shape of the tank on this Explorer, it doesn't really accommodate a large tank bag. A lot of the reason is because of the slope that happens right here, but also the fact that the handlebars turn in quite closely to the tank. It doesn't really allow for anything really large. So I went with Jivy's smaller bag. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. It's a magnetic bag that straps on to the yoke. And then to add a little bit more storage space that I needed on this motorcycle for the gear that I need to go with me, I added a pair of the Jivy crash bags as well that they attach right onto the crash bar, the upper crash bar of the that protects the engine on this Explorer, and there's one on each side. The suspension is fully adjustable hydraulically on both the front shocks. These are the inverted 45 millimeter. These aren't Showa though, they're a different type. And then there is an adjustable rear monoshock as well on this Triumph. I use an InReach Explorer for navigation, and I have that mounted with a ram mount that connects right onto the handlebar clamp. So that's about all I've got for you on this episode of Utah ADV. Next time I'm going to get into the tools as far as getting into Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Well, you got to have the right stuff to go through and make the repairs on the road. So I have a toolkit set up for the Explorer and another setup for the 800XC that we'll talk about in the next episode. Okay, thanks for watching.